Siya na talaga. Good afternoon. I'm Shawnee Au, and this is One News Now. Over 178,000 ballots for the May elections have been found to be defective. Let's get the details from Greg Gregorio, who reports to us live from Manila. Hi, Greg. Good afternoon. What does the Comelec plan to do with these defective ballots?
Hi, Sean. First off, the Comelec clarifies that of more than 170,000 ballots that have been found to be defective so far, are just 0.28% of the entire 63 million ballots that have been printed so far. Now, as to this defective ballots, the Comelec Commissioner George Garcia said an equivalent amount or number of this defective ballots would have to be reprinted. While these 178,000 defective ballots will be burnt with witnesses from the media and other election stakeholders to make
All right, we have lost that connection to Greg Gregorio, who is outside the Comelec office in Manila. We'll try to fix that connection and get back to him a little later on. But for now, let's move on to Senator Ping Lacson, who is insisting that he will not back out from the presidential race after Vice Presidential bet Lito Atienza urged him to pull out. Lacson said he was insulted by Atienza's suggestion. Atienza, who is Senator Manny Pacquiao's running mate, said he is considering withdrawing from the vice presidential race. He then urged Senate President Tito Sotto to team up with Pacquiao instead.
Who is it to tell me to withdraw? Wala siyang personality. I'm not backing out. Ilang beses ko na sinabi yan. That's kapastusan to say the least. Ano? For somebody like him, na mas matanda pa sa akin, na magsasabing mag-back out ang isang kandidato without even consulting, that's insulting.
And worm infestations have caused damage to the onion harvest in Nueva Ecija, leaving some farmers there in huge debt. Laila Pangilinan with the details.
Harvest season in Bongabong, Nueva Ecija is about to wrap up. The municipality supplies over 50% of the country's onion needs, which makes it the onion capital. But the town is left with only a few hectares of land to harvest from after certain portions were infested by harabas, a type of worm that destroys onions.
Kalaban nga ng magsisibuyas sa ngayon, uod.
Madaling dumadami yung pag ano ng uod, yung pagdami. Dahil sa mabilis na yung pangingitlog nila.
Because of this, some farmers like Eduardo are left in debt. He has reached nearly 1 million pesos this year alone as worm-infested onions cannot be sold.
Sinubukan ko po kasing nagluwang ngayon ng kulang 5 hektarya. Ang namumuhunan po ako ng mga kulang 1 milyon doon. Wala akong bonek, konti lang. Luging-lugi, talong-talo.
For now, they can't do anything but to move forward and hope that the situation will get better.
Tanggap na namin, ma'am, yan, nalugi na talaga. Masakit po yun, ma'am. Kaya sama na lang talaga ng konting panalangin sa susunod.
Despite this, the Municipal Agriculture Office of Bongabong said that the onion harvest this year still went well, thanks to good weather conditions. Over 2,300 hectares of onions were still of good use, while around 5 hectares were infested by worms and damaged by rain.
Best po natin, maganda po ang naging ani natin. Although meron pong mga ilang cases na ilang hektarya po na naapektuhan po ng harabas at saka po ng mga pag-uulan, pero overall naman po maganda po yung naging ani natin.
The Municipal Agriculture Office will give priority to farmers with the most batch of damaged onions in the next planting season. For News 5, Laila Pangilinan, We Are One News.
We'll be back with more stories after this quick break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Circling back to our top story, we have Greg Gregorio with us over the phone. He is still outside the Comelec office in Manila to give us updates from the poll body. Greg, hi. I was asking before we got cut off, certain officials are exempted from the election gun ban. What are the updates on this?
Sean, actually what was mentioned by Comelec Chair Saidaman Pangarungan is that currently there are no exempted officials from the ongoing gun ban due to the election season. But what Pangarungan said is that they are considering automatic exemption for or future automatic exemption for members of the judiciary and election officers or local election officers for the gravity or due to the gravity of their works on the ground. But as of yet, there are no resolution or there is no resolution for that automatic exemption. Sean?
Right now, we're getting closer and closer to the elections. Greg, over 892,000 voters are said to be double registrants. How does the Comelec plan to address this with just a few weeks to go before the elections?
Yes, Sean, according to Comelec Commissioner George Garcia, this more than 800,000 double registration has already been looked at by the Commission. And for each individual, the earliest registration would only matter. The succeeding registrations or the other multiple registrations per individual will be considered nulled. But according to Garcia, they will also closely look into it because this could be deemed, this could also be considered as violation to existing laws, and each individuals who may be found to deliberately have multiple registrations may face years of imprisonment. Sean?
Right, of course. Greg, has the Comelec finally released guidelines on how voting will go on election day? Should we bring vaccination cards? What will be the health and safety protocols in place?
So for the election day, the only health protocols that will be implemented by the Commission on Elections is the temperature check before entering before entering each polling center. According to the Commission, they will not require any vaccination card or whatever status of vaccination of an individual will not matter. Commissioner George Garcia said there is no existing law for mandatory vaccination, thus they cannot force or have it required for someone to exercise his or her right for suffrage, because Garcia also emphasized that if we are going to require vaccination for someone who chose not to be vaccinated, this would cause his or her disenfranchisement. Sean?
All right, thanks for clearing that up, Greg. Now, the Comelec is also planning to make some changes to the format of the upcoming debate. What changes will this be?
Yes, Sean, according to Comelec spokesperson Director James Jimenez, there will now be a number of segments in the upcoming presidential debate where there will be groups of three. There will be different groups of three in every segment where they will be asked a certain question, which will be regarding to government accountability and diplomatic and domestic security. Jimenez said this changes. Jimenez said that the commission hopes that with these changes, the presidential candidates participating in this upcoming debate would have more time or more chance to make substantial answers in every question, and that they would be able to delve into the topics of discussion. Sean?
Right, thank you so much for those updates. Greg Gregorio reporting to us over the phone from Manila. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.